screams could be heard coming from the boss room. Kirito had just watched a legion of men walking to their deaths. Kirito knew what he had to do, and so he started to sprint at top speed towards the boss room, and he was quickly followed by Asuna and Klein, as well as Klein's guild. As they reached the doors of the boss room, they looked inside and saw something horrifying. There were no men, only the boss remained. The boss known as the Gleam Eyes. All of them were shocked to their core that this boss wiped out an entire legion of men like they were nothing, and they all knew they had to stop it, especially Kirito. He ran from the boss earlier when he first encountered it with Asuna, and he just stood there and watched as these men walked towards their deaths. He could have done something about it. He could have stopped them, but he didn't, and now he would regret it for the rest of his life. But now was not the time to pity himself. Now was the time for action, and Kirito knew he had to use his dual-wielding skill. So he opened his menu, and he pressed his dark repulsor, and then he unsheathed it, readying for battle. Asuna, Klein, and the others were all shocked that Kirito could dual-wield with two swords. No one in the game had ever been seen doing that before. But Kirito didn't care, and he ran full force, heading towards the boss. At this point, Kirito was heading towards the boss, and eventually he reached him. The boss roared at Kirito, but Kirito stood his ground and went for a slash, which the boss quickly blocked. And then the boss swung its giant sword, which Kirito blocked with his two swords. The others watched in awe as Kirito took on the 74th boss of Aincrad by himself. Kirito realized that in order to finish this, he had to go faster, and Kirito did exactly that. He went faster than he ever had before. Kirito started to get the upper hand, and he unleashed his Starburst Stream. This did a considerable amount of damage to the boss, but it still wasn't enough, and Kirito had to go even further beyond. But all of a sudden, the boss stopped moving, and he looked directly at Kirito, and did something that would haunt him forever. The boss smiled. Kirito couldn't believe this, but what shocked him even more was what the boss did next. The boss of the 74th floor, known as Gleam Eyes, spoke. "So, player, you have made it this far, but you will make it no further. This is the day you die." That's when Gleam Eyes unsheathed another giant sword. Kirito couldn't believe what he had just seen, and especially what he had just heard. But now, this was serious. He wasn't just doing this for himself. He was doing this for every player in the game. For every player who couldn't fight for themselves, he would bear this burden. The Gleam Eyes spoke once more. "You think you can get past me, boy? I will enjoy killing you, and then I'll kill all of your little friends." Kirito at this point had enough, and it was time to finish this once and for all. And so the battle commenced once more. At this point, Kirito started to move so fast that the game itself couldn't keep up with him. But the boss did the same. Strike for strike, blow for blow, they were exactly even. After a few minutes of clashing with one another, it was time for Kirito to finish this, and he unleashed his most powerful move, a full-powered Starburst Stream that was 10 times faster than the last one. as he unleashed it on the Gleam eyes. The boss couldn't keep up, and eventually Kirito drained its health down to 0. And then the boss finally died. After the boss was defeated, Kirito realized something was wrong. His health dropped to 0. He looked at Klein and Asuna, especially Asuna, and realized that this was the end. He wanted to keep fighting. He wanted to get to the 100th floor and take on Akihiko Kaiba. But that's when Kirito realized that he wasn't done. He had to kill Kaiba. He had to free everyone from this world. And so, as Kirito was about to disappear, he didn't. He wondered what was going on. His health was 0, but he didn't die. This was only another battle in the ongoing war to free everyone. And as Kirito was about to leave, he only said 5 words. "I'm coming for you, Kaiba."